Hi. Oh, is it working? I can't hear anything.
There we go. I did what I did a few weeks ago, and I muted myself and did not unmute myself. Thank God someone just said you couldn't hear anything. Anyways, okay, everybody, we are live. Welcome, Regina here, and beautiful Wally. Been here for a few days. I have on the panel with me Jess, and she's just we just started a mentorship program, so she's just kind of hanging out with me on the panel here, and I might bring her out a bit later on. But just wanted to welcome you, bloggers, business owners, anyone who wants to get themselves a bit more online exposure. Just want to say, you know, what's up to Andrea, Erica, Stephen Moody, Carolina, Brendan Downs, Lar, Lair, and all the rest of you out there. Welcome. And today we're talking about, you know, about video, you know, being able to get in front of your audience, being able to grow your audience a bit more. And video is such a huge thing. And let's see, where are my notes? So if any of you read the email that I sent out or the post in our group, I was talking about two things that I have in common with Marilyn Monroe, and that is a beauty mark. Of course, she was born with hers, and I've got a couple stitches online from this weekend, and you'll hear about it in a second. And then also that we've utilized video to really create a legacy. Now she's an actress and she's a model. So we do a couple different ways, but at the same time, it's the same concept. You know, we're trying to grow our legacy, and I use video in a couple different ways, and that is, you know, my business, whether it's a sales video, whether it's just a video tip or whatever. I also do my travel vlogs, which are kind of my fun little videos. So what I'm going to have for you is I'm going to explain to you what I'm actually going to be doing for you guys over the next 3 weeks before we go to the Philippines. The next 3 weeks. And also I wanted you to kind of join me together on a 30-day video challenge, and I'm going to explain that and why it's important and why it's kind of helped me a bit in my video history. So I guess I'm just going to get straight to it. What do you think? You cool? All right. I'm going to share my screen, and Jess, can you just let me know if you can actually see my screen? Let me see. Right. Are you able to see my screen, Jess? Let's see, what did she say? You know, the internet is bad here, of course. If it doesn't show, then I'm... Okay, cool. So if any of you if you cannot see my screen, then you can just go ahead and maybe comment in the Courageously Free community group, and then maybe Mike will pick it up and tell me that I can't be seen. But hey, you know what? Let's do this together. Ready? Video is fun. I love video. Well, I love video now. I didn't at the beginning. And let's talk about growing your audience. So this is really for bloggers, business owners, and those who want bloggers, business owners, and those who want online exposure. And before I actually get to it, blogging is doing videos is part of what we've done, being able to travel, you know, around the world, or even before being able to travel and become a freedompreneur. And you're going to be hearing that word quite a lot. And so freedompreneur, we've been a freedompreneur for a couple of years at least, maybe 3 years. And you're like, what the heck is that? Anyway. And so I just want you to watch something really quick, because let's see, got something for you here. Just in case you're wondering what a freedompreneur is.
What's a freedompreneur? I mean, a freedompreneur is really adventurous.
Enthusiasts, life enthusiasts.
Freedompreneurs are happy,
Crazy.
like to have a lot of fun.
And they're super caring.
We'll do what it takes to go and get it, you know.
Not afraid to take risks. No excuses.
We have a winning mentality, and you know, if things become rough, or we hit a rough patch, we know that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel.
I would say it starts with living life on your own terms. Anytime, anywhere, in any situation, you're able to take care of your needs.
Traveling around the world, working anywhere from remote. You give us just a little bit of internet and we're able to connect.
So many individuals that from all walks of life, you know, there's people that have different careers, different backgrounds, so many different stories, but you know, they all have their own vision and dreams of freedom, you know, whatever that means to them.
So for instance, I'm a surfer. I'm up at the first of light and I'm out catching waves, snowboarding. If there is fresh powder, I am out there and I revolve my life around my lifestyle and the work revolves around that.
To me, freedom is having a different view every day. I like to travel, and it doesn't always need to be somewhere exotic. It just means being able to take a couple weeks off to go ride my motorcycle.
I'm not forced to go to have food or bills, or you know, to survive. You know, when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Our definition of freedom is being able to raise our daughter, you know what I mean, and build a business on the side.
I'm actually halfway through my travels around the world living out of my backpack.
Freedompreneurs look at their children in the face and see, what can I do to be better than? How can I help my child be a contributor to the world? Only parents don't think about that. They don't take the part of the present. So when Freedompreneurs come together, it's like
A mess of energy that is so contagious.
they want to see the best in people. And to do that, they connect.
I fit, and we all fit together, and it just makes me feel complete.
Everybody is so different, but we all click together because we have the same purpose.
By living these new experiences, you know, you get to see, adapt, and you know, be part of this world. I mean, it's a big, big world.
No, you can't really describe a freedompreneur. By definition, everyone is different. Everybody has their own dream, and so it's the whole point of being a freedompreneur. No label.
The truth is, you are a freedompreneur when you begin to live like a freedompreneur. When you begin to feel it and sense it, and every action that you take is a reflection of your belief that your vision of freedom is right.
Is going to be a very common thing here in the future.
Awesome. Let's see. Part of the reason why I showed you that video, and if you can't see it, then I'm going to show you how you can look at it later on. But part of the reason why I showed you that video is because over the past couple of years, and we're working on a project right now that's really going to be a big game changer. And these people are all just like you. They're bloggers, they're vloggers, they're business owners, and all of us have been traveling. Most of us have been traveling, but you don't have to travel to be a freedompreneur. So, you know, over the next few weeks, you're going to be hearing me talk about it a bit more and more, because we've got some stuff that we're going to be releasing to create a community, and to really give, you know, people kind of the ability to collaborate and come together and all of that stuff. So, and we all do videos, and we've all been doing videos. Cool. Let me just get started. Hope you guys were able to see that, but if not, you can see it later. But so my video story, and then this is actually quite interesting because I hated video. I was freaking out because, you know, I didn't like hearing the sound of my voice. I didn't know exactly what to do, but I knew that at that time my mentor was doing a ton of video every single day, and I loved watching her. So I think I got started doing a 90-day video challenge because I knew I wanted to get better. And the only way to get better is to keep on doing it. So I was doing. Hey Jess, do you want to try to mute yourself out?
Hi.
You want to try to mute yourself out? So yeah, so I did.
Hello.
In the car, during lunch, after training, at home, like some training. And you know, it really took me a few hundred videos to get cozy. I just kept on doing it. So, and I eventually found a passion for it. Now I found a passion for editing videos, and I'm not a professional by any means, but I love doing it, and I love helping people kind of get on their journey as well. Being able to see moving pictures and and hear music and all that stuff is just it's pretty gratifying, seeing the end result and actually seeing how you grow from day one to whatever. So we did videos this past weekend. Actually, we were in this whole thing about Freedompreneur, this project that we're working on. We've did a bit of a video with some of our friends, and incidentally, I got my birthmark because we were doing some fun videos in the swimming pool, and all of us kind of slipped and fell, and some came out unscathed and some didn't, but it was fun. And when I think of the very first time I did my video, when I was in my living room with the dark, in the dark practically, in my training gear until where I am now, it's like, wow, I've actually kind of grown a bit. And I know that you can too. So why would you want to do video, right? You do it to get your audience to know, like, and trust you, because the reality is you're able to get in front of millions of people, or you're able to connect with thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people who are in your market, who are in your niche. And so you can't necessarily go out in front of them and shake every single person's hand and introduce yourself. So, you have the ability to get to know, like, and trust you without you even being there. You're essentially automating yourself, because, hey, let's say there's, let's say you want to do a presentation like this. What we're doing right now is I can record this webinar in front of you once, and it can essentially be played, dozens of times. So there's kinds of automation. And then, I mean, really, the more and more you do it, the more you learn about yourself. And not only do you learn about yourself, you learn more about your audience, because you're going to start getting people watching you and giving you comments, and you can gauge by their comments and ask them questions, what they want. And then you give them exactly what they want. And you don't even have to stand in front of a room full of people. I've always had this dream when I was younger to be able to teach people in front of a group, but I never had the confidence to. So by doing videos over and over and over and over and over and over again, it really, gives me the confidence to know that I can do that, get up in front of people and talk. And I'm not to say that I don't get nervous or anything, but it's like, hey, you know what? I know that I can do it, and in the end, I actually feel really good. And to be honest, if you're doing video, you can reshoot it until you get it right. So these are just some stats that I pulled off of HubSpot. 51.9% of marketing professionals worldwide name video as the type of content with the best ROI, the return on investment. Shoppers who view video are 1.81 times more likely to purchase than non-viewers. Using the word video in an email subject. Remember, guys, we talked about email. The past two webinars, we talked about email marketing. And one of the things that you can consider is, your email subject line, how you can get people to open your email. So by using the word video, you can boost your open rate by 19%, click-through rate by 65%, and it reduces unsubscribes by 26%. And some of you might be really, really new to this and might not understand these stats, especially for emails, but keep this in mind, because this is important to learn, especially when you're running a business. Syndicast predicts that 70% of all internet traffic in 2017 will be video. And I bet when you're scrolling on your phone on Facebook, you notice more and more videos in your newsfeed, right? I know I do. And I don't necessarily listen to the audio, but I definitely watch the video. And I probably don't listen to audio because I do it in the middle of the night while Mike is speaking. So midway through 2015, mobile app plays exceeded 44%. That's up 74% from 2014. Holy crap. 74% from 2014. And 844% since 2012. That's huge, right? And YouTube is the second largest search engine. Keep in mind, YouTube is owned by Google, right? And so if Google's the first largest search engine, YouTube is the second. It kind of says something. So what I propose to you, and in fact, what I challenge you to do is to join me on the 30-day video challenge. Now, do you guys remember that blogging challenge that we did a couple months ago? Yeah, this one's going to be a bit easier. I think it's going to be a bit easier. And I put together this little paper for you. Let's see. Paper, this post for you guys. And I'll give you guys the easy link later. But so basically, okay, 30-day video challenge, and I'm calling it CFCVED. We're going to hashtag it, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. And that is, you know, courageously free community video every day. Now, we've done videos since we've started working online, especially traveling as a freedompreneur. And, you know, these challenges are a way for me to get my butt in gear, to share my life and my business. And I wanted to see if you guys wanted to do this as well. I know I started out with a 90-day video challenge the very, very first time we started doing it. And then I just did, you know, random challenges from there on. And I knew that it's really helped me grow. Hold on a second, I'm losing a bit of power, so just 1 second. Mike's gonna plug my computer in. So I put this up in our private Facebook group. Some of you might not even be in our private Facebook group, maybe you are, but I really wanted to open it up to everyone. So I put this on my blog. So it's meant for bloggers, business owners, artists, and anyone who wants to get more online presence, right? And, you know, social presence is huge with your audience. And oftentimes we don't even know where to start. I didn't know where to start, but you know, we personally have utilized video to grow our travel blog, and then obviously our online business. Thanks, Mike. And you know, it's a great way of putting your face in front of the camera to start getting comfortable. It's a great way to get more exposure. You learn more about yourself, keep yourself accountable with others, and stay consistent with the support of the community. I think that's the hugest thing because I don't know about you, but there are times where I just get lazy and I need a bit of a kick in my butt. And what has really helped me is when we do challenges, a lot of times we do it together with a group of people, and that's really because, you know, it allows us to, we see other people posting all of their stuff, and we're like, shoot, you kind of feel left out when you don't post your videos or your blogs. So I actually have a little list of how this is going to work. I've created a form for you guys to sign up. And what that's going to do is it's going to have you put your basic information so that you can get familiar with other participants in the group, so that you guys can start following each other on Facebook and on Twitter and even on YouTube. So I'll show you in a bit below, but you're going to basically put your name, your social media pages, and I'll have this list here on this page so that you can go back and follow other people. So we're not going to start this right away, but what we're going to start this on March 1st, which is, I believe, on Monday. We're going to start March 1st, and that's going to be your first upload. So it'll give you enough time to put some thought as to what videos you want to do. And you can start scheduling videos ahead of time to make it easier for you. Hint. I think scheduling videos has really saved me. You know, there are oftentimes, especially while traveling, what I end up doing is I'll do, you know, a few videos at a time, upload them, and I schedule them, one for each day. So if I'm traveling for 3 days and I have 3 days of videos, I don't have to worry about, oh my God, when am I going to get internet to upload my videos? It just kind of takes the pressure off of you. So one thing to remind yourself is to, when you post your videos, and I'm going to kind of go through this later on, hashtag your video CFCVED, courageously free community vlog every day, or video every day. So hashtag CFCVED on your videos. And make sure that you follow along with other video creators and engage in their content. And, you know, just pay it forward so people do that to you. But as I mentioned before in the blogging challenge, even though you're paying it forward and you're probably like, well, no one's commenting on mine, but I've commented on like 5 people. This really sucks. Well, actually, no, it doesn't, because what you're doing by commenting on other people's videos and other people's content is you're actually putting yourself out there more for people to see. You're adding backlinks to whatever, you know, to wherever social media, whatever social media page you're on. And I know backlinks might be a new word for you, but that's basically, it's an incoming link of a web page. And so you'll learn more about that later. So in summary, sign up, follow other people, create your video, upload, interact, and you'll start noticing that people will start noticing you. You know, I've done video series and I get a lot of interaction because people are like, I've been watching you put these videos, you know, what is this all about? This is really cool. So here on the bottom it says 30-day video challenge form responses, and what's going to happen is when you guys start putting your name in, when you fill out that form with the link above, you know, you put your Facebook page. This says Facebook fan page, but if you don't have a fan page, either start one or you can just use your personal Facebook page, your YouTube channel URL, and even your Twitter handle. So if you don't have any of these, make sure you set that up before March 1st, before you start uploading and we start the 30-day challenge. Cool. So basically, too, when you upload on YouTube, it's going to look something like this, and you'll see you can actually syndicate it, which means sharing it on other networks right away. So when you are uploading your YouTube video, you can actually syndicate it right away to Twitter and Google+. And there's a little message on the right that says, you know, add a message to your video. Make sure that your video is public so people can actually see it. And hashtag it CFCVED. So today, what I'm actually talking to you about is just kind of the basics, because over the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be doing you know, more training. The whole idea of this video challenge is just to get going. It doesn't matter what you talk about, although if you have business and something to promote, you can start talking about that. But a lot of it really is just to get used to standing in front of the camera and talking. And so what I have for you is I'm putting a list together. I'm about halfway done of 101 video topics, and I'm going to put that up before you guys start on March 1st. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the tools that you need. I'm going to talk about some basic tools today, but I'm going to get deeper into that because I actually have a checklist for you on, let me read it. You know, the checklist is I'm going to start talking about, you know, video hosting, software, image tools, equipment, environment, content, you know, video prep, setup, upload, and syndicate. I'm going to talk about that too. And then I'm going to start, you know, once you start, you know, in the 3rd week, you're going to be already almost done with your video challenge. And that's when I'm really going to start talking about monetizing. And how you can get, how you can monetize your YouTube channel, and how you can monetize not specifically using your YouTube channel, but through different offers or sponsors or anything. So that's that over the next few weeks. And so a number of you actually asked some questions in the Facebook group, and I actually wanted to thank you for that because that really helped out a lot. And some of you I'm going to answer, some of you I'm not going to answer yet because your questions are quite advanced. So just going back to the Facebook group, you know, Andrea said, you know, how do I start? Well, you're going to start right now with a video challenge. And yeah, and I'm going to give you guys 101 topics. I would start just by picking up your phone, right? Jazz says, you know, what do I video? I'll be giving you those topics to start out with. And then actually, you'll notice that as you keep going along every single day, you're going to come up with more ideas. And that's the best thing about creating and being in action is that more and more ideas come to you when you're actually doing something. And it's actually pretty interesting. Stephen Moody was asking about some editing secrets that I use. I think I might actually do that training after we get back from the Philippines in April, because that's a whole nother ballpark. I am going to talk about some software that you can use, and you can obviously edit on your phone. Yeah, Brendan Downs was asking about selecting a camera, and I'll get into that as well. Basically, actually, I'll talk about it now. Basically, okay, so the one of the cameras that I started out using, actually, the very first thing I started using was my phone. You don't need anything fancy. Your phone can, especially with the new phones, they have HD, or even the new iPhone 6s have 4K camera. I mean, seriously, guys, you don't need anything fancy. You shoot, you upload, you post, you hashtag, whatever. So the first camera that I actually got is, what was the first camera? Sony Alpha 5000, and that's what you call a mirrorless camera. I used to have a Canon DSLR, but I wanted something a lot smaller, especially since we were traveling. So I wanted something small that was high quality that I could use, wherever we are. And I got the 5000 because it was a step down from the latest one, which at the time was the 6000, but it was a lot cheaper, but with a lot of the same, features. The only issue that I found, other than Mike wanting to use the camera to take pictures, the only issue that I found was that the Sony Alpha 5000 doesn't have image stabilization on the body camera, because you can actually change the lenses out. And if you don't know anything about cameras, I don't know that much, but don't worry about this too much. I'm just basically kind of telling you what's going on. Didn't have any image stabilization, so what was happening is that my images were shaking, and when I watched my videos, it made me kind of want to throw up. So what I ended up doing is I got another Sony point-and-shoot camera, the RX100, the fourth version, because I knew it had image stabilization, and it's easy to use for vlogging while we're traveling. So I would say when you're selecting a camera, it just really depends on your intention. Are you going to be moving around? Are you going to be using it in a studio? So what are you using it for? All right, next question. Jess was saying, before you start making a significant amount of money, how do you make yourself sound convincing? That's a really great question. And I know that Jess has been kind of mentoring with me. She's starting an online business right now. And I think the biggest thing is, in the end, Jess, it's not really about, making the money. Of course it is making the money, because you need to feed your family, right? I think the way that you make yourself sound convincing is to be yourself. A lot of times, especially, some of you are actually in network marketing. Maybe you're just starting up your own brand. But a lot of it really is, what's your story? What's the whole reason why you're here in the first place? And these are some things that you can start talking about. Like, for example, I know some of you just own a brick and mortar business, but for Mike and I remember a moment when I was a few years ago, when I was working a 70-hour work week. And, the city that I used to live in had the worst weather. It was rainy, windy, most of the year. And it just so happened that this day that I was working on a public holiday, it was such a beautiful day. And I remember sitting at my desk and looking outside, looking at the sun, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't be sitting behind my desk for the next 4 decades. This is ridiculous. And I knew that I had to do something to get to where I am now. And so I went online and I searched for, work at home, working online, make money online, all that stuff. And then when I was on Facebook one day, I saw this post and I was like, wow, this lady and her family have been traveling for like 5 years, working online for 10. And she's in her bathing suit doing a webinar, And so this was my story, I talked about how I found my mentor. And so I was just talking about kind of what standpoint I'm at right now, my story, what my vision is. why I want to do this. People love hearing your story. Because in the end, your product is not your product. Whatever product or whatever service you have, the real product that you're trying to sell in your business or whatever you're promoting is you. Because people get to know, like, and trust you, which is why we do video. And we can get more into that. Jess, I'll have a conversation with you about that later on. Carolina was saying she wants to get more eyeballs on her biz, but she has no idea. She can do it with her yoga videos. I mean, it's the same thing. It's giving tips. And I'm going to talk more about this over the next, few weeks. It's just giving valuable tips that your business, that not only are going to help your audience, but that have helped you to get to where you are now. Even if you're not making money right now, the fact that you know that you can, and the fact that you know that you can in any way possible, you've had to go through some mental transformation. There had to have been a moment where you're just like, I can't freaking do this. I'm not going to support my child doing what I am doing right now every single day. I'd rather work 100 hours a week on my passion for my family than 20 hours a week for someone I don't even know. So I think over the next, in the month of March, doing this 30-day video challenge, you're going to get eyeballs on your biz. People are going to be wondering what you're doing. People are always watching you, whether you know it or not. And if they start seeing video content from you, then yeah, it's pretty powerful. Lar Murray, he was asking, he wants to know about how to build interesting content. Should the content be around me or my industry? Lar, I know that you're in the juicing industry, so for you in particular, it can be about anything. I mean, anything relating to maybe health, or maybe how you got into juicing and how it's helped you and how it's helped other people. And you don't want to necessarily be too pitchy or salesy, but have real life examples. Maybe you have a specific customer and you talk about that story, about how juicing has helped them. And when you should promote products, a lot of times I kind of follow the 4-to-1 ratio, and that is 4 value videos, just like my blog post, 3 or 4 value videos, and then a hard sell at the end. That's when I start promoting, once I've been able to gather the trust, from my audience. And sometimes I don't even promote, I just really want to give value. So how long should a video be? As long as you want, but people's attention spans are really short. Okay, unless you've already built a strong community, I would say try to keep your videos 2 to 3 minutes. 1 minute is great. I think there are a ton of vloggers out there who, I swear, I'm like, they've got 8 minutes, 20 minutes on one video, and thousands of views. But these are people who have really been able to create their following over a number of years, or a certain amount of time. Doesn't have to be a number of years. Some of them get popular pretty fast. So I would say stick to 2 to 3 minutes. And the basic equipment that you can get, your phone. Just use your phone. I did for years. Erica is asking how much planning is involved in creating a video series. What does the planning look like, and how do you get people to know about your videos? I'm going to be talking about that. They're going to start seeing you anyway, especially if you're posting directly on Facebook and on YouTube, and on Twitter if you choose to do that as well. People will start following, but just start thinking about doing videos, and it'll come to play. I'm going to talk about prepping your video and over the next 3 weeks. So your goal for this week is just to do videos. Do video, upload it, post it. It won't take too long. I don't want to get complicated. I just want to do it a step at a time. So I know that I mentioned to you guys to upload on YouTube, and you can, if you have a Facebook page, whether it's a fan page or if you don't have a fan page, either create one or you can use your personal page. What I've noticed with Facebook is that instead of posting my YouTube link, if I actually directly upload it, I get more engagement. And that's really is, Facebook loves native native content. So if you upload an image or a video, they'll say, okay, this is on our platform. I want to show it to more people. So, so if you decide to use Facebook, upload your content directly. I know that it might get a bit too, I don't know. If you get too busy, then just put it up on YouTube and Twitter. So let's see. All right, who's ready to rock? Is what I want to know. Are you ready to rock, Jess?
Let's do it.
I know, Jess. What were you saying the other day? You saw. You said you were looking at some older videos, and I was like, oh God.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to see kind of like what you were, how you were when you first started. And I mean, just because it kind of makes me nervous, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, no, watching you, and I mean, you can tell definitely like the drastic change throughout even just the year that you were doing it. It was just like, you could tell how tired you were, and you were just doing it like, I'm just going to do it. And then all of a sudden you're just like slowly, like all of a sudden, like really happy and more energetic in them. And it was just, and it was very motivating for me, for sure. Because I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. So how do you feel about it now? Are you ready to do the 30-day challenge?
Yeah, I mean, a challenge is always good, right? And I think that's definitely a place to start, right? So like I said to you before, you did the 90-day challenge or whatever, and I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. It'll motivate me. I'll have something to do. And yeah, but now it's just like, okay, well, this 30-day challenge, we'll start with this then. That's awesome.
I mean, you're welcome to do 90 days. It's a long time. I think I don't know. I didn't even know how I think it, but 30 days is manageable.
For sure, for sure.
And all you need is your phone. And make sure if you do use your phone, make sure that when you shoot, you're holding it sideways. And here's a special way to hold your phone is to kind of just stick it between your two fingers here, and then just use your thumb to be able to control whatever's on your screen. But put it sideways, landscape. I know that a lot of, especially a lot of the streaming apps, they use it this way, and sometimes we tend to take pictures this way. But when you start, kind of moving forward, landscape makes the pictures look quite nice, I've noticed. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have. I'm actually, for the rest of you guys watching here, I'm going to actually go to the Facebook group. So if you have any questions, then ask them in the pinned post. And let me see. I guess just because you're on here now, hold on a second. Let me check the comments. I'm just looking at the comments really quick to see if anyone's asked any questions. So yeah, Jess, since you're on here now, do you have any questions or?
Not as of right this second. Not yet, but there are going to be questions for sure.
And please do ask the questions. So I know if you guys are like, what am I gonna say on my first day? I need your 101 video topics. You don't need it yet. I'll give it to you when I finish it, which will be very soon. I'm about halfway done. Maybe the first video that you can do is an introduction of yourself. Who are you? Maybe a video that you can do is what's your vision? Why are you doing what you're doing? And I don't know, not to put you on the spot, Jess, but what's your vision?
What's my vision? My vision is just to be free, really. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. And I mean, about 7 months ago, it was a little bit different of a vision for sure. But now, having a baby, and I want to homeschool and, do all those things. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I had a job, right? So definitely provide for my family and be able to do the things that we want to do all together, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I know that, Lard, you run a juicing company, and a lot of you are photographers and artists. I know that my friend Brenzen, I just put her in the group yesterday because she's an entrepreneur over in New Zealand, and her question actually wasn't specific to her businesses, but she was like, I used to work with her husband in New Zealand, and they have a Facebook group for all of the wives of the husbands. I got kicked out because I was a wife at the time, but I was working. I wasn't a stay-at-home mom at the time. So, but she's just saying, you know, there's so many new people coming in. They're asking the same questions over and over again. And I'm getting tired of talking to them. You know, like right now, your time is extremely valuable. And especially, you know, Jess is going to have a baby in the next couple of months. And her time is going to, she's going to spend it on her kids. With Brendan, and specifically, you know, she's got other business ideas that she's been working on. Plus, she's got a family and a husband that, and she's just really active. And she's like, I'm too tired to answer these questions. So, you know, what I've been doing in the group is in the file section, I've got specific topics for specific things that you might want to learn. And so for Brendan, she can do a video on, you know, the best organic stores in Wellington, New Zealand, or you can talk about, you know, how to find the best doctor or the best, you know, events. You know, there are videos that she can do on this 30-day challenge that'll help her, so that people ask her a specific question, she can just be like, oh yeah, just check out the video in the file section. You know, and if they want more help from her, if they want more help from you, people ask you a ton of questions. You know, there's a point where you're like, you know, my time is too valuable to really spend dealing with these people. I am gonna start thinking about making my own product. And that's a seed for you now. Eventually, now some of you are learning what we're teaching. You're gonna learn with this whole Freedompreneur thing. Oh my God, it's gonna blow up like crazy. But you're gonna learn even more. I think I was talking about it with Jess yesterday. I'm not too sure, but it's gonna be freaking amazing. But I can't tell you more than that now. You're gonna learn so much more, and you're gonna grow a lot. So I think that's all I have today. Do you have any last comments, Jess, or anything that you want to talk about?
I think I'm okay for now.
Cool.
Just like, I don't know, really all it is. It's pretty self-explanatory, I guess, for now.
Yeah, and once
I'm excited.
cool. Yeah, once we all start doing it, you're gonna actually learn from other people's videos too, and you'll be like, oh, I think I could actually do that. Let me refresh my page and see if there are any other questions, and if there are not, then we're just gonna call it a day or a night.
Yeah, a night.
What time is it there?
It is 6:46. I just got home like half an hour before this started, so I worked all day. I'm tired.
But see, that's another thing too, is that, you know, Mike and I are actually on a 14-day program of another training course, and we're like, I'm not gonna sleep. If it's midnight, 1 o'clock, I'm gonna do the training because I've committed to it, and it's actually working out really well. And when I first started working online, I was working, you know, 70 hours a week. Plus, I was starting another business. Plus, I was starting my online business, and I was doing kickboxing training. So if people are like, I have no time. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
No,
it's hard. I mean, like, if it's gonna be, if I'm gonna have to do that to get to, you know, this is my office, I can work whenever I want, you know, then it's worth it. So anyway, happy videoing, guys. I'll be putting more information in the group. We're gonna start up this challenge. Post your videos. I will tell you where. I will show you the link that I showed you earlier with all that information, so you can sign up, and let's get going. Happy videoing, guys. And hey, Jess, do you want to stay on for a bit after I stop this?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. See ya.